Sorry about that. Let me put my phone in there with its case on it. All right, let me find it here. Hello, everybody. Hopefully everyone can see okay. I can't find myself on my iPad, however. So I won't be able to read comments very well. Get myself set up here while we wait for a few more to join. So, hello Lucy, Bobby, Talissa, Tara. There you are, Nancy. Glad you found me. So we're going to turn this bad boy into a roll of quarters. My husband hunts there in Wyoming. He's leaving us on Thursday, I believe, to go to Wyoming. Hi, Mom. All right, so I don't owe any credit to this. There was a lady in the group that did a roll of quarters. So I did everyone but the quarters, but tonight we're going to do this afternoon we're going to do the quarters to complete the set. The first one I did was nickels. They got better as I went. Nickels is written, not the average person wouldn't know that, but you should always start from the bottom up. I started from the top down. It's not that big of a deal, but to some it might be. And I didn't bring the blue little tabs over far enough. Minor details, but I'm my worst critic. Pennies, I got a little bit better. I brought a little bit more of the red over, but still not enough. And then by the time I did the dimes, I kind of had it right on. So, tonight we're going to do quarters. We're going to complete the set. Okay, let me tell you measurements first, for those of you that are going to want to make one. So, I cut just a basic white circle for the bottom, and I printed out a quarter from Google, and I use clear water slide, which is the reason why I need the white circle. Otherwise, you could do printable vinyl. You could do white water slide. I just like clear water slide, so that's what I had on hand. But that's going to go on the bottom. And that I cut at 2 inches, both of them. All right, let me find the pattern. Sorry, my internet's so slow here. Anyone gonna try one of these? when you're done watching the video? Mom, are you? Yes, Beth, I would love to do that. Lucy, some of the time, I'm kind of a stickler when it comes to the legalities of it. So, I'm not sure of the legalities of that, so I don't tamper with too many Google images. I usually get mine off of Etsy as much as possible. Kind of like my Packer stuff. This came with the G in the middle of it, but I know that that's not correct to use their stuff, so I just take it out. All right, so patterns. All right, Nancy, I'm going to give you measurements. So I already said the white circle and the water slide are 2 inch. If this is a 30-ounce skinny from Irene. And I kind of have a rubber band around the bottom, and I'll tell you why in a minute. The word $10 in quarters, and you can do this any way you want to. Sometimes the word, you can write out the word. You can do it, you know, when you Google it, the $10 are on each side of the quarter. You can do one big line. You can do it however you want. But my measurements today are going to be with the $10 on top of the quarters. So, measurements for that going across is 5.7. And then up to down is 1.9. Or just do 6 by 2 would work as well, because there's a little bit of playroom in there. So I would say 6 by 2 up and down twice, because you're going to put it on 2 sides. And then I just took the square, the shaped square in my design space, and I unlocked it and I tweaked it, and I made one skinny, one fat, and I just patternized, just kept duplicating it, and then I put them all together. And then this is 12 by 12. So these are cut a little bit shorter than these. All right, Lucy. Because this is going to be the bottom one, so we need a little bit extra to wrap around the bottom. And the measurements for that are 0.7 wide by 2 inches high for one row of them. And I believe 13 of them fit across. And where is it? There it is. And then 1.8 inches high by 0.7 wide. Because remember, you don't want to change the width. You just want to change the length of the one that we're going to wrap on the bottom by 0.2 of a inch. So if you need me to go over those again, just message me and I'll let you know. But let me grab some transfer tape. Clear my throat. All right, put the transfer tape across the whole strip. And I got the bottom part, so this is the longer strip. Okay, I'm just taking the transfer tape and peeling my vinyl off. And now I'm just going to start from one end, and I'm going to line it up to my cheater rubber band there and slowly go around the whole cup. I think it's a little off kilter, so I'm going to cut mine off. Because it starts to move its way up a little bit. Start back over where I left off. Press it all down. And there's about 4 extra, but you can cut 4 less or you can just do a whole strip. Press all these down. They're pretty simple, Betty. Pretty simple. I just lined it up with my rubber band. Use that rubber band. It helps a lot. And the top's just going to go along the top rim, so that's easy peasy. Just getting the transfer tape off. And then just roll over the extra vinyl. You could take the rubber band off. And that's how you get that on the bottom. And we'll do the same for the top. Except for we'll run these right along the rim. What everyone do today on this beautiful day? We don't have too many more of these left. I know the island's kind of emptying out. All right, doing the same thing. I don't know if anyone's just joining us, but we are making a roll of quarters to go along with our set. I should have it set up in the background of me. You can see it over there a little bit. Orange vinyl. 631 on a 30-ounce white skinny. All right, so this one I'm going to go along the rim. I know I probably made that just look really simple, but it kind of is. I would suggest doing it in half increments. The strip here, for the most part, the 30-ounce skinny is as wide on top as what it is on the bottom, but it does slant just a tad. Just enough to make these off a little bit, so I do them in 2 separate sheets because I'm a perfectionist. I'm weird like that. Pepsi all the way, Nancy. All the way. All right. I got this off kilter here. Let me trim it up. All right, starting right where I left off.